accusing Judge Arthur Engoron of lawlessness in relation to the civil fraud lawsuit that New York Attorney General Letitia James filed against him. The former president went on a tirade against them at midnight. Following his final rally in Iowa on Saturday night, the worth of Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate and the apparent unfairness of the judicial processes. The main objects of his wrath were the worth of Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate and the apparent unfairness of the judicial processes. In this video, I will explain everything to you. Please click the subscribe button and enable notifications before I continue so that you may begin receiving our daily breaking news. I am grateful. According to a Raw Story News article published on Sunday, January's concern was that the judge's ruling would undermine the commitment of both the country and the state of New York to upholding the rule of law. Trump expressed his ongoing frustration with the legal system and its players in both his testimony and his social media remarks. A civil fraud case against the Trump Organization and its president alleges that Trump inflated the value of his assets in order to obtain favorable insurance and loan terms. Judge Engoron oversees the case and alleges that Trump lied to banks and insurers. Judge Engoron will decide the amount of the $370 million in fines sought by the Attorney General of New York from Trump during the trial. The former president has frequently criticized Judge Engoron and the court processes, despite his insistence that he is innocent and his allegation that there is political bias in the case. Trump's confrontational behavior during testimony and his remarks on social media have highlighted the trial's heated nature and his tense relationship with the presiding judge. In reaction to Trump's public remarks directed towards the judge and his family, the court reimposed a gag order in this case. An extremely tense and violent atmosphere surrounds the proceedings due to the protracted court battle and Trump's belligerent stance. The resolution of the civil fraud case and the ongoing legal battles between the New York Attorney General's office and the Trump judge Engoron will be closely watched by the public. This is due to the huge stakes involved and the potential impact these disputes may have on Trump's corporate empire and legal standing. The bitter and acrimonious court hearings draw attention to the long-standing rivalry and enmity between Trump and his legal opponents, shedding light on the greater political and legal challenges that the former president must overcome as he navigates a maze of legal concerns and public scrutiny. In the meantime, as revealed by Raw Story on Sunday, January 7, 2024, former President Donald Trump is once again under close scrutiny. The United States Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia has been the focus of judicial issues involving President Trump's actions in January and the events that followed. The court has moved quickly to settle the arguments surrounding Trump's claim of presidential immunity. The focus has shifted to Judge Aileen Cannon's work on a case that is comparable in the Southern District of Florida U.S. District Court. Judge Cannon's handling of a separate case involving special counsel Jack Smith has drawn criticism, and the D.C. court is moving swiftly to address the immunity issue, which is a significant roadblock in the trial that Judge Tanya Chutkan presided over on January 6. Recently, Smith accused Trump of obstructing justice by allegedly taking secret government documents, hiding them at Mar-a-Lago, and refusing to return them. Former U.S. Attorney Joyce Vance, who voiced her concerns on MSNBC, claims that Judge Cannon is playing slow ball and, more importantly, death ball. This suggests that there is an effort to drag out the proceedings in light of Trump's strategy of attempting to buy time in order to avoid significant milestones like elections, which emphasized how crucial it is to resolve legal disputes as soon as possible. These two cases have seen very different rates of judgment, raising concerns about how the legal system ensures speedy justice. Beyond particular procedural concerns, Vance investigates the more significant consequences of postponing justice in cases with prominent accusations. The use of the word death ball not only highlights concerns but also adds a dramatic touch to discussions. Legal proceedings have been drawn out because of the potential outcomes. Judge Cannon has demonstrated that handling legal matters requires a delicate balance, particularly when they include well-known individuals. The legal landscape around Trump is complicated due to ongoing investigations into events surrounding January 6, disputes over executive privilege, and claims of presidential immunity. The waiting period for Donald Trump to testify as a witness in his civil fraud trial before the New York Supreme Court is one obvious aspect of the unfolding judicial drama. The way in which individual judges handle cases becomes crucial because it influences the public's perception of the effectiveness, transparency, and equity of the legal system. Speaking recently regarding the upcoming ruling by the Supreme Court regarding Donald Trump's eligibility to be president, Secretary of State of Colorado Jena Griswold said she has great faith in the strength and resilience of the American people, no matter what the outcome. Jena Griswold's official Twitter account, on January 9, 2024, indicated her continued hope and comfort regarding the democratic process and the public's commitment to preserving it. In view of the nation's anxiousness for the Supreme Court's verdict on Trump's eligibility, Griswold's position underlines the unchanging fundamentals that support the system in America. How do you feel about this topic? Kindly share your thoughts and opinions in the comments section. Let's have a discussion. Emphasizing the importance of civic engagement and each person's role in upholding the democratic values that have long characterized the United States. As a prominent member of the state government, Griswold understands the value of maintaining faith in the democratic system because she believes that the people can protect democracy. She is committed to promoting unity and tenacity in the face of political challenges. Her confidence in the ability of the American people to comprehend and apply a ruling from the Supreme Court. It emphasizes that each of us has a duty to defend the democratic values that keep the nation together. It sends a powerful message that transcends political divides. On both sides of the political aisle, there has been a great deal of speculation and discussion about the upcoming Supreme Court decision regarding Trump's eligibility. Griswold argues that citizens should continue to be vigilant, informed, and engaged in their democracy, regardless of the outcome of the Supreme Court's decision. This reminds the voters that democracy requires cooperation from all of them. That requires their active participation, and encourages a feeling of individual responsibility. Griswold's optimism, with political polarization at an all-time high, shines through. She believes that the American people will maintain democracy, which is proof positive of the robustness of democratic institutions. Her acknowledgement of the potential ruling by the Supreme Court emphasizes the need for togetherness during difficult times and the need for people to prioritize the well-being of the community. By stating that she has faith in the American people to defend democracy, she is paving the way for the next presidential election ahead of their own political agendas. This will hopefully result in a resurgence of interest in civic engagement, education, and responsibility following a highly anticipated Supreme Court ruling. People around the nation have heard Jenna Griswold's comments, which advocate for unity. Her belief in the tenacity of Americans transcends partisan boundaries and emphasizes the enduring influence of democratic ideals. Griswold's optimism is refreshing in this uncertain time and serves as a timely reminder that the people have the power to mold American democracy. Meanwhile, former President Trump's legal team is preparing for an important court hearing where they will seek a specific type of presidential immunity from prosecution for his official conduct while in office. According to experts interviewed by Raw Story on Tuesday, January 20, 2024, including Andrew Weissman, a former top prosecutor under Robert Mueller, there is little chance that Trump will succeed in this legal endeavor. Weissman clarified the Justice Department's stance, that the president is not immune from prosecution in criminal cases, during his interview on MSNBC. Citing Judge Tanya Chaikin's decision, Weissman expressed her support for the broader interpretation, emphasizing that even if immunity were to extend to specific presidential functions, Trump's case would not be an example of this. This is true regardless of whether they involve civil or criminal procedures. Essential to the legal discussion are questions about whether the D.C. Circuit should have taken the case at this point. Trump's request for a stay, which essentially halts the legal process until his immunity claim undergoes careful investigation, heightens the urgency of the proceedings. It is evident what Weissman believes. He emphasizes that Donald Trump is not going to win this Tuesday's argument in any way. CNN legal experts overheard President Trump accusing others of falsely claiming sugar and indulging in political witch hunts during his speech following his receipt of presidential immunity. And better presenter Caitlin Collins cut off Trump in the middle of his address to refute what she perceived to be several of his irrational claims. Accusations. This, she insisted, she had to immediately dispute. There are a few reality checks and fact checks needed for what you're hearing there. Collins addressed the group of people. The statement stated that numerous courts have determined that Trump has never been able to present any evidence. Ellie Honig, a former federal prosecutor, intervened when Collins expressed shock that Trump would make similar accusations in order to offer a sobering dose of reality. Trump accused special counsel Jack Smith of leading a political witch hunt just 6 days prior to the Iowa caucuses. We have to set the record straight on behalf of President Joe Biden for performing poorly at the hearing, a point Honig vehemently disagreed with. Trump claims that the Justice Department gave in to some startling compromises. I highly doubt it. According to Honig, it was startling to hear Donald Trump's attorneys concede that a former president may face charges in some circumstances. Concerning the charge of engaging in a political witch hunt, Honig returned to the facts, or rather, the absence of them. Honig again referenced the Senate's appointment of Attorney General Merrick Garland, who chose Smith to act as a go-between for the prosecution team and the White House, as an illustration of the multiple levels of government that exist between Beaton and Smith. "I want to make sure that everyone understands," Honig said, "any hint of communication between any of those people, especially Joe Biden. Stay tuned, because this story is only heating up and we're right here to bring you every twist and turn." Please share your opinions in the comments section. For more updates, don't forget to like and subscribe. In addition to causing him to lose millions upon millions of dollars, Trump's Scottish golf course has given him even more pain. According to corporate documents disclosed this month, he may even declare bankruptcy given his recent financial difficulties stemming from his ongoing legal battles and this fresh, severe financial setback. In this video, I will explain it all to you. Please click the subscribe button and enable notifications before I begin. Despite Donald J. Trump Jr. and Eric Trump being named as directors of the club, the owners of Trump International Golf Club in Scotland also share the Donald J. Trump Revocable Trust Scotland. According to corporate statistics indicating 2022 net income provided this month, Trump International Golf Club lost more than $938.260 in 2022 after losing $808,634 in 2021. In 2022, revenue was estimated to be around $4.6 million. Administrative expenses exceeding $1.9 million hindered the company's profitability, despite total sales topping $127 million. In the U.S., Trump is charged with 4 crimes, 91 of which are felonies, for declaring his intention to run for president again in 2024. Furthermore, Trump vehemently denied the widely believed charges. For comment, CNN emailed Trump International Scotland and a representative for the president. Built on approximately 2,000 acres of coastline with a view of the North Sea, Trump International Scotland's Golf Course No. 1 was inaugurated in 2012 and is regarded as the best golf course in the world. A second 18-hole course opened in May at the same site as Aberdeen's first course, to the south and west. Dubbed Germany MacLeod in honor of Trump's mother, Mary Ann MacLeod. Other corporate documents stated in December 2023 that the funds for Trump's own stadium were past due. In February, there will be another announcement. According to public records, Trump spent more than $300 million, more than $8 million in 2020 and $5.3 million in 2021, to purchase and construct Trump Turnberry in Ayrshire and Trump International Golf Course in Aberdeenshire. It is highly suggestive of extensive overall damage. A 2015 New York Times analysis stated that classes of previous presidents lost $315 million over a 20-year period worldwide. However, according to Portico's 2023 estimate, Trump may have made as much as $555 million from the golf course between January 2022 and April 14, 2024, according to his FEC records. The Trump golf course has had financial difficulties previously. It seems that Trump National Doral in Miami was having difficulty drawing guests in November because internet discounts were available at tea time. According to financial data from 2020, Doral made $4.3 million in profits on $75 million in sales in 2017. In 2020, revenue was less than $45 million. Following a lawsuit against Trump by the Office of State Attorney General Letitia James last year, a public hearing is currently taking place in New York regarding a few of Trump's properties, including Mar-a-Lago and another golf property in Florida. The Trump Organization, Eric, and the sons of Don Jr. asserted that they had misled about their holdings to obtain lower interest rates on bank loans. The last round of talks is set for Thursday morning. After hearing the case in September, Judge Arthur Enger concluded that they were accountable for the deception. In the meantime, Trump's golf course in Scotland filed for bankruptcy due to overspending. Despite his continuous investment in a dilapidated golf course, Donald Trump's golf resort in Scotland is losing money. The Scottish resort operator, Trump International Golf Club, which owns a property close to Aberdeen, reported a loss of $886 on $134 the previous year and lost over $938,209.64 last year. As stated in the Telegraph, Section Trump's Golf Recreation Scotland, which owns the larger Turnberry Golf Course in Ayrshire, turned a profit last year. However, the publication reported a loss of almost $18.7 million in 2021. With total revenue above $1.27 million, Section Aberdeen's real revenue is rising by about 75% to nearly $4.6 million in 2022. However, debt management has impacted the company with a total exceeding $1.9 million. Recently, Donald Trump transferred ownership of the Trump International Golf Club in Scotland to Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump, who now manage the club. The stadium owes the previous president more than $60 million in interest-free loans, even if Donald J. Trump decides to revoke the trust. After 10 years of operation, there are only 81 employees at the resort, despite Trump's pledge to invest more than $1 trillion and generate 800 jobs.